Prosperity and abundance to everyone tuning in. I am Mrs.Melanin Reigns, and it is an honor and a pleasure to be back with you all. So today, what I really want to talk about, I've been waiting to do this video. I really want to talk to you guys about sobriety, something that is very foreign to people in 2021. I really want to share this message because if you know me, you may not know me, but for those who did know me, I used to smoke weed okay, and no, I really wasn't that heavy of a smoker in terms of I was the type of person who I could not get through a full blunt. I really couldn't. I would have to put it out, come back to it, put it out, come back to it. I know I'm putting my business out in the street, but it's so important because I want you guys to know that if I can get over that stuff, so can you. And don't get me wrong, I believe in the medicinal properties of marijuana, I do. However, I don't believe in relying on anything outside of yourself, and I do not believe in having addictions to anything. I just do not believe in it, and it can be extremely detrimental to not only your health, but your well-being, your productivity. I'm always stumbling over some word. Your productivity. Yeah, and I know a lot of people will say, oh, well, I know people who can get a bunch of things done. I can get a bunch of things done. Okay, if you can get a bunch of things done while you're high, you can get even more done when you're not high. And it's not just about being productive, because I'm a full advocate for being still. I'm a full advocate for taking your time and going upon things in a manner which you see fit. However, in addition to that, one of the main things that made me stop is because I did not appreciate the stronghold it had over my life. Now, throughout time, I would take smoke breaks and things of that nature, and I would go through with it. I wouldn't take smoke breaks because I had to apply for a job or I didn't have any of those things. But I was trying to discipline myself because I didn't believe in abusing it the way that I would whenever I would get into a full swing of, just smoking just because I could. And I'm not shaming anybody. Do what you do. Do what you do. But this could be for someone who is trying to break that stronghold from over their life, because it just, after a while, when you're ready to move away from it, you'll see it will start heightening your anxiety. You'll start feeling like you're being choked, just all types of different things. It just won't feel the same. Even if it fulfilled a purpose in your life for a time, when it's time to get rid of it, just get rid of it. And this is the first time I've ever felt like, okay, let me just let it go, let me let it go. No smoke break, just let it go. Grow up, keep it moving, and live life sober. Living this life sober. Come on. This life. But I'm really grateful for it because I really wanted to let it go. I'm not gonna lie to you all. I was ready to let it go. Like I said, I didn't like the fact that it had a stronghold over me. I really, and I don't want to say I pride myself, so I'm using these words loosely, but I do pride myself on not being dependent on things outside of myself. Okay. In addition to the fact that the Most High, we are given everything we need within us. You don't need to depend on anything outside of yourself or any type of comfort or anything of that nature. But I'm not gonna lie to you, while I was in the midst of that, it was just me trying to imagine life without it, not being able to spark up, not being able to smoke before I smoke before I leave, smoke before I go to the party, smoke before smoke before you deal with family members. I didn't want to imagine it. I didn't. But there was another thing that I really noticed about myself. I really noticed that my natural energy, I loved it. It was more vibrant. It was more upbeat, and weed would just kind of mellow me out. And weed made me extremely tolerant of BS. So, yeah, I'm really grateful that I broke that stronghold from over my life. So now, to get into how I did it. This is what brought me so much closer to the Most High. I don't care what other people have to say. Don't care what your beliefs are. I'm not asking. You don't have to share. Do you? But I just have to be honest about my process. I literally, when I learned the name Yahweh, and I said, basically, you know, Yahweh, if you help me, just like help me break this, like I'll stop. I'll let it go, period. And I just heard, like, I was in the middle of a blunt, like, in the middle of a blunt. You know, we're always like, okay, this is gonna be my last blunt, I'm gonna smoke it, I'm gonna throw it away. I'll throw it away. I'll smoke it and I won't buy anymore. And that just never worked. I'm telling you, in the middle of the blunt, I heard, throw it away now. And I was just like, okay, I'll throw it away now. And I did. And ever since that day, I don't have the urge. It was not like, okay, I see someone on Instagram, because you know, when you're scrolling through your social media, you see all these people, they're always smoking, they're always doing this or that. The urge left me. That's how I know it's the spirit behind that type of thing. Like, it just left me. And from that day, like, it's not even one of those things where I had to count, oh, how many days has it been? How many months has it been? I didn't even care. It was just a thing of the past. And I said I was going to let it go. And I said it. I asked Yahweh, like, if you help me, I will let it go. And it's gone. Okay? It's gone. It's gone. And I really appreciate that, because it was a stronghold over my life. Okay, a lot of times in society right now, I know we're all in this, weed is better than alcohol and blah, 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 and it is, but still, neither one of them is something worth having a stronghold over your life. So when it comes to alcohol, I never had a problem with that. So as far as staying away from alcohol, it's a walk in the park. I'm not gonna brag about that or anything else, because weed is the only thing that had a stronghold over my life, and I was smoking. But yeah, I really wanted to share that because I think it's a beautiful thing. Like, life is a lot different when you're sober, and a lot of people aren't sober in society. Like, the lack of sobriety has people in relationships they wouldn't be in, surrounding themselves with friends that they wouldn't surround themselves with, tolerating family members that they wouldn't tolerate. It really alters you, and it really puts you in situations that sometimes you wouldn't be in the same situation had you been sober-minded. Now, do people make stupid decisions while sober-minded? Absolutely. But a lot of the hypersexuality and all of the things we see going on in society, it has a lot to do with the normalization of these different types of drugs, these different types of drinks, all of these things. And one of the things that has definitely happened is I've stopped tolerating and wanting to be around certain people. I just don't really value it. I don't really see any point, and really we don't even have a point of really like alignment anymore, because you will link up with these people and smoke or whatever the case may be, or you will tolerate them because you're smoking. It really made me clear the company I keep, and I just have a whole different aspect of a sound mind and a beautiful spirit, in alignment with so many other things, you know. I think I really, really love this process, because this is a reawakening for me. I often talk about the awakening I had in 2012. This reawakening is so powerful. It's so powerful. And it's funny because it's 2021. And this reawakening is really, really powerful. So I just wanted to really share that with you guys, not really influence anybody to do whatever, but if you are feeling like a lot of anxiety and things of that nature, and you're still smoking, like, just let it go. And also, we also should be very mindful that this is not the same marijuana that we used to know. Anytime something is legalized, you really need to question it. And anytime it becomes popularized, you really need to question it. So there's a lot of domestication of the plant that is happening, and it is being paired with other things that cause the addictions to be even stronger, because marijuana is not even addictive. And yes, the papers can aid in formulating an addiction, but it's not just the papers anymore. There's a lot of funny stuff going on, and I'm not gonna get into all that, but I did want to let you guys know about this this journey. Like I didn't want to speak on it months ago because I just didn't feel guided to. I've been thinking about it though, but tonight I just felt more like, okay, let's make this video. And I would encourage anybody, especially young women, be sober. Like I remember having a conversation with a guy a few months ago, and he was like, he was basically, he wanted to link up and all this other stuff. And he was asking me about like smoking and drinking. And I was like, I don't smoke or drink. He was like, so what do you do then? What? Brr, like, so what do you do then? I don't know. Regular human activities, breathe, talk. Be mindful, young women, especially because a lot of these men, a lot of these guys, boys, whatever, they don't even have any point of reference to speak with you. They have to get you in a sedated state to even get anything going. And that's how you slip into things that you don't even want to slip into. Situationships. Yes, weed and smoking, they definitely impact your sexual behavior. Don't let anybody fool you. Let's not act like we don't know, because we need to make sure that we're holding ourselves accountable as well. And we're also acknowledging this, because that's why when certain things happen to women that not just women, when certain things happen to people that, I don't want to say the words, but you know what I'm talking about, sexual misconduct, when it happens to them, they always try to make it seem like, oh, it's just normal. She was just, yeah, drinking is normal, smoking is normal, so yeah, he didn't. No. If you're feeling encouraged to come out of that, step out of that, because the more we step out of that, the more we're cognitive of these things, the more when things like that happen, we can speak out about it and speak strongly about it, because they try to use that as justification for a lot of the things that are being done. And yeah, I think I covered everything that I wanted to cover. If you're thinking about it, be sober. It's worth it. You can analyze people also in a different way. People that are around you, when they're intoxicated, they're high, whatever the case may be, you really get to see them for an aspect of who they are, and your life will really change. And that's pretty much it. So I am Mrs.Melanin Reigns. It is an honor and a pleasure to be back with you all. Don't know if you guys can tell, but I'm definitely getting back to my original spirit. It's been a journey, but I'm getting back to it. I love feeling encouraged about the things I do. I love feeling encouraged when I come to speak with you guys, because this is what I love, reading, not reading, writing and speaking.